Hello everyone, we are doing another Game of Thrones prequel video, and today we will be talking about some casting news that just dropped about House of the Dragon. 4 more characters in the show have been cast. Steve Toussaint will play Lord Corlys Velaryon, also known as the Sea Snake. He is the Lord of House Velaryon, a Valyrian bloodline as old as House Targaryen. The Sea Snake is the most famed nautical adventurer in the history of Westeros. He built his house into a powerful seat that is even richer than the Lannisters and that claims the largest navy in the world. Eve Best will play his wife, Princess Rhaenys Velaryon. She is a dragon rider and known as the Queen Who Never Was. She was passed over as heir to the throne at the Great Council because the realm favored her cousin, Varys, simply for being a male. Rhys Ifans will play Otto Hightower. He is the hand of the king who loyally and faithfully serves both his king and his realm. As the hand sees it, the greatest threat to the realm is the king's brother Daemon and his position as heir to the throne. And Sonoya Mizuno will play Mysaria. She came to Westeros with nothing, sold more times than she can recall, and could have wilted, but instead, she rose to become the most trusted and most unlikely ally of Prince Daemon Targaryen, the heir to the throne. So what do you guys think of the casting? Are you happy with it or are you disappointed? Leave it down in the comments below. I cannot recall seeing these actors in anything, but I trust HBO in casting, so I'm all for it. I expect each one to be great. So let's go into a bit further detail with each character and give some backstory on them. So everything that I will be saying will take place before the show. Corlys Velaryon is the head of House Velaryon, the seat of which resides in Driftmark, which is a small island west of Dragonstone. He had quite a few titles such as Master of Ships and Lord Admiral for Jaehaerys Targaryen, the king before Viserys. Corlys was said to be as brilliant as he was restless, and as adventurous as he was ambitious. As I said before, he is the most accomplished adventurer in Westeros. He even attempted to sail around the northern part of Westeros, sailing beyond the wall looking for a route around it. This attempt did fail though. With his successful voyages, however, he brought considerable wealth to his house, bringing back treasures, spices, silks, and jade. In 90 AC, Corlys would marry Rhaenys Targaryen, having 2 children with the princess. Rhaenys was in line for the throne after her father died in 92 AC, who was Jaehaerys' heir. But the old king decided to make her father's brother his heir instead. The brother would then die as well. Jaehaerys would then call a great council to decide who his heir would be. Corlys and Rhaenys believed that they could get their son Laenor crowned due to the influence Corlys had with his wealth and power. But that did not happen, and the council voted Viserys Targaryen as the heir instead. Rhaenys was considered to be a great beauty. Even though she was a Targaryen, she had black hair, like her mother who was a Baratheon. She, like many Targaryens, was known for her fiery temperament. She was also known for her cleverness and being fearless. Rhaenys was a dragon rider and rode Melees, considered to be the quickest dragon alive. Otto Hightower is the hand of the king for Viserys Targaryen at the beginning of House of the Dragon, though he served the prior king, Jaehaerys Targaryen, as well in this role. While serving under Varys, he had a bitter rivalry with his brother Daemon Targaryen. Otto even convinced the king to remove his brother from office of Master of Coin, and again when he became Master of Law. Daemon was the heir to Viserys because he did not have a son. Otto feared he would become the second Maegor the Cruel if he was allowed to sit the throne. Otto wanted the king to name his daughter Rhaenyra as his heir, which the king did do. King Viserys' wife would die. He would then remarry Otto's daughter Alicent Hightower. Many believe Otto had a big influence on this, which is quite understandable. Viserys and Alicent would have 4 children, Aegon, Helena, Aemond, and Daeron. Otto Hightower, who had once wanted Rhaenyra to be the heir, now was trying to convince the king to make one of his grandsons the heir to the Iron Throne, which led to his dismissal as the hand of the king in 109 AC. He would then return to the position in 120 AC after his successor had died. Otto was considered a man of great learning in his time. He was blunt and methodical. Many remember Otto Hightower as a warning that knowledge is not everything. Lady Mysaria, also known as Lady Misery, was a dancer from Lys, who became Prince Daemon Targaryen's paramour. Mysaria became a favorite of Daemon's and in 105 AC became pregnant with his child. Daemon gave her an egg for the child, which outraged Viserys. King Viserys would then order Daemon to take back the egg and send her back to Lys. On her return to Lys, she lost the child during a storm on the Narrow Sea. There really isn't much else about her before the Dance of the Dragons. She was described as having very pale skin, which is why enemies dubbed her as the White Worm. So what do you guys think of the cast for House of the Dragon? Leave it down in the comments below, and if you want more Game of Thrones content, please subscribe and check out the Twitter. Link in the description below, and as always, have an awesome day.